When you hear Irish politicians talking about, no, there's not going to be an EU army, there is. Or we're not going to join NATO, we will. They're kind of red herrings, because the real argument and the real process that's unfolding is that military integration in Europe is developing like never before, and Ireland is smack in the middle of it. High Representative, what a ridiculous term, basically the Minister for Foreign Affairs of the European Union, Joseph Borrell, has recently said EU capacity has to be developed if we really want to be an actor that's capable of wielding influence on what happens in the world using instruments of coercion. Do we? Seemingly we do. That is to say, making others behave the way we want them to behave. That's hard power. We must have hard power. On the one hand, you could say, simmer down a bit, Rambo. But on the other, you step back and you kind of say, well, actually, do you know what? These people are not normally that honest and that plain about what's going on. Now we are in the middle of a new arms race. Military spending is breaking records every year. We have policies being produced by the European Union, glossy covers with pictures of doves and peace and security and all that good stuff. And all throughout it, they tell us that we have to change our understanding of what peace traditionally means. Traditionally it meant peace, but now actually it means sending war and munitions into a war zone. But the jewel in the crown has got to be the new development towards an EU army that isn't a EU army, and that is the rapid deployment capacity. Now, this is a permanently available EU force of initially 5,000 troops, funded from an EU budget, under the full command and control of a permanent EU headquarters, synchronised with, aligned with, and in the framework of NATO. These are all quotes, by the way. It's for collective defence, capable of rapidly deploying into future battlefields outside the Union to protect the Union's values and interests, including in non-permissive zones, which they made it clear is boots on the ground in countries that don't want you there. So when Micheál Martin says that there's no EU army, I don't know what you'd call a combat-ready standing force of 5,000 people, which is soon going to be 20,000, anything other than an army. That's what it is. And this is a giant con. It's a racket. These are the guys who break into your house and come back the next day and sell you an alarm.